Hello guys, how are you? Our topic for today is about creating a program for the AIS. So I think you know what is AIS. AIS. This stands for Assurance, Information, sorry, Security. So what that does it mean? So you're there to find the threats and of course the opportunities really to provide and of course to provide sales to your program. I just come across with this video coming from one of my students yesterday in courtesy of Mr. Parel. Of course, he was able really to nail down those applications in the F1 stock mine. You can visit this group in FB, and of course you check of course that posted video about basic of AIS by creating by ciphering and deciphering the information. So as far as of course as AIS is concerned, of course I just want to transfer that program into an OOP program. Okay, OOP. OOP stands for Object Oriented Programming, and we know that object oriented programming. So our task for today is to, of course, translate that program coming from Mr. Corporel as an OOP. So we'll be using the OR function. So what's an OR function? That is a built-in functions of your Python where you convert the value into integer or vice versa, and opposing also in your CHR. So let us provide example here for the OR. For example, we have here print, and then we say OR, ordinate function, and then we put here, of course, the special character percent. This will be converted as an integer value. So when we run the program here, of course, what happened is, well, it is very transparent that we have the conversion of 37. And if you put another value right here, or, and then let's say, you put here A, well, of course, you can see that the value is, I think that's A65, 3765. So this is the basic of knowing how to decipher and cipher your text. But again, you can, of course, liberate this by using, of course, the module function that is using force the hash-lib. And if you want to know about hash-lib, you can check my previous tutorial in this channel. Okay, let us start with the OR functions, and we will create a loop for the OR function. For X, let's say we have here the tuples. So tuples is one of the hierarchy order of data structure in Python programming. Let's say we have here top, and then we have, okay, let us check it, A, and then we put here the character of open bracket, and then we have here the close bracket, and let us start to look this thing. Okay, when we produce that, uh, we will fuse the ciphering methods in the ciphering methods. Okay, for let's say Arnold in, we have here top, and then we can see print, and then use the call function, and then we use what print or, and then we put Arnold. Okay, let us check what will happen right here. So we have here three elements inside the tuples, and tuples is what immutable. Meaning to say you cannot increase it. That is a fixed length of your data in tuples. Let us run this program. And then you can see that 91, 91, 93. So that is already a ciphering type of, you encrypt this data into the value of an integer. Okay, now we will create a program, of course, to leverage this program because our task is to convert this into an OOP. Let's say we start with def, say, OR. Okay, we have here the OR function. Always remember that we start with capital letter if you're writing a program in OOP. And of course, when we're talking about OP, it's more of creating of classes and objects and methods and members of methods inside a class. So maybe you can have the external class and call it inside of class. Okay. So we start with the org, and then we need to initialize it. Okay. We have to def that in. Okay. Let us do this thing. Let's say self x and self y and c. So we have here three parameters. The purpose of that is we will encrypt these characters. Okay. We have three characters here to be encrypted. All right. Next is we put a colon. That is now the statement of your Python programming. So please review Python in this channel. So you're gonna create, of course, the property for this. This is equivalent to this point x equals to x, self, this point y equals to y, and then self, this point z equals to c. These are the parameters that will be contained at the top of the program. Now we will create here, of course, the, well, rather that we have the getters method. I'm pretty sure that you understand that in your basic OP programming. Def, let's say we define or get here, get it, and then self. So what will happen is, of course, we have to print the following. So print the following. So how to do that? So we need to identify, of course, the different variables right here, and it be printed one by one in our screen, or and then say self. Of course, self is part of it because it's part of the class, right? So x, and then comma, and then ord. Okay, self, and then y, comma, and then ord, self, and then we have C. Okay. Now, what's next? So we have to run the program right here and let's check what will happen. Okay, so we will instantiate this ORD class. So we will first write the object here as part of the instantiation. Like for example, this is object 1 equals to ORD, and then we say, well, of course, since we have the 3 parameters, I can say underscore. Okay, you have the freedom to put whatever you want here, but of course it is limited only to 3. Okay, and then we have used $sign. Now, what if we call the methods? The purpose of this method is to print all these instantiated, no, it's not instantiated, but reference objects at the top, so X, Y, and Z. So we will call, of course, the get, it, and at the same time we have here get it. Oh, no, no, sorry, object, sorry, object 1, and then we have the get it. Okay, let us run the program. Okay, so we have 3 here. 1, 2, 3. This represents the following X and Y, Z. So that's how it goes. We call the get, it's the statement right here, to delve and of course to calculate of course the numbers of parameters at the top, and then it will be printed in their what values. Okay, let us run the code. And of course we have the def ord right here. Okay, let us check what happened. So this is not def ord, but of course we did change to class ord. Okay, minor errors. Okay, we run the program and we have here 34, 38, 94, 96. What if, okay, we will ask the user, no, we will ask the user to input these 3 value. Let's say ask1. So we will create very basic applications for our ciphering, deciphering method. So we have ask1 equals to input, and then let's say, okay, we have here enter character 1. Okay, so we have to copy this to expedite and first speed up our stuff here. And then we create another variable head here. Then we have clear. Then we have to check it right here. And then enter 1, 2. Okay, and 3. All right, so you can play the code. You can play with this code afterwards. After at the same time, you can also put some methods or maybe functions on it. Okay, the combinations of ords and of course the CHR function. Now remember we have 3 parameters at the top. It's about time that we need to what we need to incorporate all this input coming from the user. So we again instantiate a new variable here, a new object here. Okay, 2 equals to ord, and then what happened? Ord is the main part of the program. Okay, that is the class of our program with 3 parameters, of course. Okay, and then we will create 3 what you call this instance of the object. So we have ask1, ask2, ask3. So we put here ask1, that is already a string, ask2, ask3. So this is equivalent to 3 special character. Now we will call again. Okay, let us print. And okay, after entering 3 characters. Okay, so what will happen if, of course, we print these characters? We're gonna call again, of course, the getters here. So we check here getter, we copy this thing, and then we object to then get it. Okay. All right, let us check what will happen. Okay, let us remove this wrong character, well, we have the wrong spelling. No? So enter character 1. Let's say I have here sharp, and then I will enter another character here, and then close, open parenthesis, and I will enter here, of course, the @ symbol. So let us check what will happen if we have this 3 character. Okay, so that's it. So we have here after entering 3 characters, that's 34, 40, 64. That's the basic of your ORD functions, or of course you can use the CHR function. So of course this is part of Mr. Parel discussion in the phone stock mine, and I find it unique, and of course I just want to convert into more sexy type of coding. So that's why this is my impression how to create force the OOP for that ciphering and deciphering program. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop the questions. And at the same time, but of course, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and more power.